Okay, so it is December 22nd today, and I just arrived at the Chinese herbalist in downtown, Chinatown, excuse me. I do see a lot of people waiting outside, so I'm hoping that the line is not too long, but I don't know, we'll see. I figured a lot of people are out of town. It's Monday before Christmas, so I figured it would be a little slow today. I got really lucky and I found parking right in front, and there's like six people in front of the store. So I'm gonna go in now and see how long the line is to see the doctor. Hopefully it's not too bad, but with some luck I will be leaving here with my 10-day tea and a new prescription, so hopefully this goes well.
You got the instructions too?
No, not yet. Can I grab that?
Okay, so I got it. Here's my prescription, and actually there's the address. I'll link it down below or put the address and information down below. But this is my second time doing this. I did this early 2025, and I did 3 rounds of it. So the way that they recommended it to me previously was you have this prescription, it's for your teas, for a 10-day tea, and you can choose to do it up to 3 times with the same prescription, or you can come back. I think they told me originally they recommend you doing it every 6 months to a year. I just figured I'd do a year because the tea was not that great. It doesn't taste great, but I literally tell everybody how much this tea helped me. What I was diagnosed with previously was poor blood circulation, weak spleen, weak stomach, hormone imbalance, and some anxiety. And what he said this time around was poor circulation, which is the story of my life, hormone imbalance, and some anxiety. So we're moving on up. We're getting cured a little bit. So it's definitely less than what I previously had, which is great. So I'm kind of really excited to try this and bring you guys along for the journey. It's going to be 10 days of tea, and I'm going to share my experience with you guys. As I mentioned before, this is not the first time. This is the second time I've done this round of tea, but this prescription is different, and I assume every single time is different. So I will let you guys know how that goes. Last time, the tea that he prescribed last time had me running to the bathroom. It had me in the bathroom. The first few days, I would say, I had to make sure that I was home after I took it and in the morning. So I had to make sure I wasn't out in the field or anything the next day. But that was the only like major side effect that I had last time. But yeah, I was able to get that, and then I was able to find chrysanthemum, which I don't know why it's been so difficult for me to find. But it's good. So this is what my tea looks like. It looks familiar to what I had my first time around. So yeah, I'm excited to bring you guys along on this journey and share all of my symptoms, my thoughts, side effects. I guess not symptoms, side effects of the tea, my thoughts, how I'm feeling, and let you guys know at the end if I thought that this was good. Yeah, I will keep it real. I'll let you know exactly how I'm feeling. And yeah, I guess we'll go from there. Okay, so I have it boiling on high for 15 minutes, and once the 15 minutes are up, it'll boil on low, or it'll simmer for another 45 minutes, and then after an hour, the tea should be ready. It's been about 15 minutes. We have about 20 ounces. Taste is basically how I remember it tasting, which is not that great, but I'm telling myself it's medicine. So, cheers. I'll check in with you tomorrow morning. Okay, so it's day 2 of my 10-day tea, and I'm here to report that the tea absolutely made me go to the bathroom this morning. Yeah, it was not as bad as last time. And I think that's because this is not my first time taking the tea. the first round that I did, the first couple of days were really intense, and then towards the end of the 10 days, it was pretty mild. I think like my body had gotten used to it, and then in the rounds after the first time, it was much more subtle, I guess you would say. I will say though, I didn't finish my drink last night. It was just a lot of water. It was over 2 cups of water after my dinner, so I was already full, and I didn't want to go to sleep feeling like bloated or like have a full belly of liquid, which I absolutely dislike that feeling. So yeah, this is day 2. It's kind of a cloudy, cold day today, so the tea kind of feels nice. I'm just trying to finish it. Cheers to day 2.
Sunday, backseat tune, pair of bluebirds pick around on the roof. Mother Earth holding you weight, sun in your hair. Wind is steady on your face, breathing in cold air. What if you made me know all that you know? Give a grab you. What if I made you know all that I know, that this could happen to you? This could happen to you. River perfectly rounded stone fits in your hand. Syncopated subway home in time with the band. Fly by Sunday, backseat tune. Pair of bluebirds pick around on the roof. What if you made me know all that you know? Give a hug, grab you. What if I made you know all that I know, that this could happen to you? This could happen to you. This could happen to you.
Okay, I'm currently working on tea number 7, and I have 8, 9, and 10 here. And I'm so happy that I do not have to cook these again. I figured since I'm already talking to you, I'd give you a little update. So I'm on day 7. I'm really close. And as far as my stomach, I think I've been good. I haven't really had the need to urgently go to the restroom. I feel like I am going normally now, I guess. But yeah, it's been good so far. The taste gets easier, I think, the more I get used to it. But I am happy that I'm really close to being done, and can't wait to share my final thoughts with you all.
It is our last day today, and I'm so excited. Today is December 31st. It's the last day of the year. It's the last day of my tea. So, yeah. I just had my breakfast, so I'm gonna brew up the last bit of the tea and then I'll do a quick check-in with you after so I can talk about my experience. Okay. All right. So it has officially been over a week since I finished my 10-day tea, and I'm ready to talk about the pros, the cons, my thoughts, and ultimately if I would recommend this to a friend. This is actually the second time I've seen the doctor. I did see the doctor this time last year, and all I remember was feeling so good after my 10-day teas the first time around. I just saw so many benefits where I decided, okay, I do want to try this again. So, few days ago, I went back and got a new prescription. So essentially you go to the doctor, he takes a look at your tongue, he takes your pulse, and he starts writing things down. This doctor does not speak English, but you can use Google Translate to let him know of your symptoms. My first go around, actually, even both times I've seen him, I have not given him any symptoms. And everything was spot on. So I did a 10-day tea. If you're not so sure about your 10 days, you can start off with 6. I've seen them talk to people who are really unsure about if they want to do the full 10 days, and you could do the 6 days. It's $20 to see the doctor. So he'll write $20 once you've paid him in cash. It's better to bring cash. Because I think he only takes cash. You pay the doctor separately, and then he gives you a prescription. The prescription, you take it to the front of the store, you give it to them, and you tell them, okay, 10 days. Or if you're unsure, maybe you want to talk about it, or maybe you don't even want to get, your tea, you want to ask questions. You go to the front, and the people who are making the tea will answer all of your questions. They do speak English, and they're actually very helpful if you have questions about other symptoms. They could, even if you don't want to see a doctor, you can talk to them, you can tell them, what you're feeling, and they'll do their best to help you with herbs. I paid $90 for my 10 days. I think it's between like $80 to $90, depending on what the tea is or how many herbs in the teas. I'm not sure, but I know that I paid $90 for my 10 days. And then you just sit and wait, and they weigh everything out on their hand scale, and then they vacuum seal it into a plastic bag. There are QR codes where it'll show you how to make the tea on YouTube, or you can get the instructions in English, Spanish. I think there's like a few other languages that they had, and that's essentially it. I've never gone on a weekend, only because I know that it's super packed. It's always busy. I've heard the line can take up to like 2-3 hours, because the first line is obviously to see the doctor, and that's a bit quicker, but for them to create the prescriptions or to put together the teas, everyone's tea is different, so they're going line by line, and there's only one area to prep the tea. So there's 2 people working together, and if there's too many prescriptions, it could get backed up, and that's when it could take longer to get your teas. Luckily, both times I went during the week. I went around lunchtime, and I think that's probably the best time. The doctor is not always there, so you can call. I know he leaves early on the weekdays. I think he leaves maybe at 1 or 2. So it can be a little tricky, doing it midweek. You just want to make sure that the doctor's there and you're not driving. If it's far for you, that you're not driving out for nothing, essentially. Okay, so that's the process to see the doctors and to get your 10-day tea, your herbs. Moving on to, I guess, pros and cons. I will start off with the cons because I want to finish off on a good note, I guess. Okay, so first thing is the price. It is pretty steep. It's over $100 for your 10 days. If that's too much, then maybe you can ask about a 6-day tea. I'm not sure how much that would cost, but I assume it's going to be less than the full 10 days. The second con is the smell and the taste. Unfortunately, I live in a small apartment, so my kitchen is basically connected to my living room. There's not a lot of separation. When you're preparing your tea, you have to bring your tea to a high boil for about 15 minutes. This time around, I did not put a cap on it because in my mind, I figured the more that the water evaporates, the less there will be and the less I'll have to drink. And because my apartment is so small, and that means that my kitchen and my living room smells like the tea. The tea is earthy. It's not a horrible smell. It's herbs, but it is quite strong. And the taste, it was hard for me to drink the first one. And I don't remember it being that hard last time. I'm not sure what it was. But yeah, it was really tough for it to go down. I wasn't able to finish it, which is okay. You are supposed to take what you don't finish and then just add it to the next day's tea. So smell/taste is not the best. Okay. That's it for my cons. For my pros, I was very hydrated. That is my first pro. I was very hydrated because of being more mindful of my eating schedule and how much I was eating. It kind of regulated my hunger. I knew in the mornings, have a good, solid breakfast with protein, light lunch, light dinner. And after getting into that swing, once I stopped taking the tea, my body just kind of gravitated to keep that rhythm of food, kind of regulated my eating, and increased my water intake. Okay, my second pro is that I felt a lot more regulated. Going to the bathroom, I was pretty regular. My skin cleared up, and I felt overall like my gut health was getting better. So I saw results fairly quickly within like the first 2-3 days, and it continued on even after I finished. Okay, sorry, I had to pause because there was a lot of noise outside, and now I don't remember what I was saying. I think I mentioned more hydrated, having clearer skin, feeling overall better, healthier. Just my pro overall, I would just say I felt so much better after taking my tea, my 10 days. I did mention last time I actually went back and got my prescription filled 3 times. So I did the 10 days 3 separate times. I want to do that this time around. I'm going to have to figure out a way where I could batch all of them. I may just go to my sister's house and just batch it there. I 100% would recommend doing this. This has helped my hormone levels. And I know this because I do track my menstrual cycle, and my first cycle after finishing my first 10-day tea was exactly where it should have been, where previously it's been a little up and down. I also experienced clear skin and less hair loss during my menstrual cycle, which is something that usually happens with me. So that's why I want to continue doing the 10 days. My final thoughts, I fully recommend that you do this for anyone that's feeling a little like they need a little something extra. It really has helped me drastically, and I hope it will help you. I 100% believe it's worth it. So I hope you do try it. And if you do, or if you have any questions, just put it in the comments. And I hope that this video was helpful for you in your journey. So thank you for watching. Bye.